Hi guys, just give me a sec because for whatever reason, my computer just logged me out of everything. And I don't know why. Like I had everything set up and pulled up, and then when the live starts, or when I came here to start the live, everything was just closed out. So just give me a sec. I got people complaining in the comment section like us YouTubers, like we're supposed to be perfect. It's just us. We're a one-person show. We don't have a team. A lot of us don't. So just give us a sec because this was already pulled up and ready to go. Hopefully you guys are having a fine evening today or tonight. Okay, finally it's back. Now I did pull this video off the internet, so we won't have to watch commercials and all of that. So I'm ready. Also, there's something else that I wanted to react to. And it has to do with divesting. So if you're going to stick around for that, stick around because I'm going to be getting into that as well. I was watching Cynthia G's live earlier today, and there was a caller that made a really, really good point, and I want to elaborate on it a little bit more. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. I really don't know what this is about, you guys. I can't, like, somebody told me to react to this, so I'm just going to react to it. It's a video that has gone viral of a man talking about his ways, being that he is a master cheater. So let me share my screen. Let me make it bigger. Oh, let me go back. Let me make it bigger. Also, if you're coming in,
I can't help it.
I don't know why I keep doing it. If you're coming in, please thumbs up the video. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get right into this. I'm nervous. Oh, also, I wanted to talk about this really briefly. For those that keep saying, can we move on from this? Can we move on? Can we move on? Can we move on? The reality is the collective has not moved on. So I think it's phenomenal if you feel over it. That means you've graduated. This channel may be, I don't know, outdated for you. It may be aged for you. So if you're still watching, that's the question you should be asking yourself. Because we're trying to get the collective of Black women on the same page. If you're on the same page, that's fabulous. But we still have a lot of work to do, and we're trying to get more women on board. So if you have outgrown this channel, that's phenomenal. Like, it really is. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So I just wanted to put that out there. If you have outgrown these channels that talk about these things, that is fabulous. But there are some women that just haven't outgrown it yet, and that's okay. Plus, okay, we have to teach the younger generation of women as well. So if this is a channel that you have outgrown, give the video a thumbs up, but you don't have to watch. You don't. And I won't have any hard feelings towards you at all. Like, I won't. And honestly, it's a good thing. It's like being a teacher and all the seniors are graduating. It's like, oh, we hate to see you go, but at the same time, it's like, you have to go. Like, it's time to move on. So I get it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what he has to say. Let me brace myself because I can't get over his mouth. His hair just, Okay, let's get into it.
I do cheat a lot. I can't help it. It's something you do to protect the people you care about. If you don't give a fuck, you would just go sleep with whoever. If you cheat, that's showing that you're taking the steps to protect other people's feelings. I've never been caught. I developed these habits. I would go to the bathroom to take a shower every day when I got home. I didn't really want to take multiple showers in a day, but I know that if I was coming home from cheating, that it was going to be a necessity. I didn't need.
He only takes multiple showers a day to cheat. And he making it sound like it's a chore, like it's challenging, like it's something that he wouldn't do if he didn't cheat. I don't be cheating, but I take multiple showers a day sometimes. I don't know. Like before I came on live, I was running errands all day. I'm like, let me take a shower, come on here. You know, it's my second shower of the day. And I may take a bubble bath later when I get off. That's 3 showers in a day because when I woke up this morning, I took a shower. He trying to make it seem like it's a challenge, like as if he would not shower without cheat. I mean, if he didn't cheat. Interesting. Just dust. And let me also speak on this. He was saying that the reason he cheats is to protect people and their feelings. It's cowardly to lie, though. Like, it's cowardly to lie. If you don't want to hurt women's feelings, then deal with women that are open to you having multiple partners. Why are you lying to them? That's cowardly. It's cowardly. So that's just an excuse to be a coward. To cheat and say that is very cowardly. But okay. If it makes sense to him, okay.
Need to look out of the ordinary. I'd always have a friend and they will help to stretch out my lies. We'll take even some pictures together that might not be on that day, and I'll save these pictures and I'll even post them to maybe a Snapchat. I'll block everybody from the story but her, so she has like this personalized story. I've done some things that have thrown her off. I saved my sister's name in my phone as Beautiful Girl because I knew it would attract her to go through it. And my sister told me about, your girl called me, and so it worked out. So I was able to confront her and say, why would you go through my phone? She said, why do you have her in there as Beautiful Girl? I said, that's just a nickname I've had for her whole life.
Now, I know this man looks like Pookie and Ray, but you got black men out here that do this that don't look like Pookie and Ray Ray. Can we make that known collectively as black women? Can we make it known that Pookie and Ray Ray are not the only type of black men that you need to look out for? You got to look out for the ones that wear the suits and pool pits with heavy cologne, that talk fast. Yeah, you got to watch out for them too. But, one thing that I will say is cheaters have the same mentality. They have the same mentality. So regardless of the fact that he's a Pookie or a Ray, if he's a cheater, this is how cheaters think. This is why I'm reacting to it. So, good night. So if this is how they think, saving numbers under different names. Okay.
It just made her feel like, wow, like I shouldn't have been going through his phone. I've been with my girl for about 5 years. When I got with my girl, I already had a baby on the way. I didn't want her to know about that, so I couldn't be honest with her from the beginning. My baby mother thinks I live in transitional housing, and I actually have been living with this girl for 5 years because I can't afford for her to put me on child support. The process service could come looking for me at the address that I'm at. We all live within like 20 minutes from each other. They can't come to my house because I live in transitional housing.
Ladies, okay, I have to say this because I had a friend who was dealing with this. Okay, I have a friend that was dealing with this. You got to be careful of the men that have a baby on the way that you know nothing about, and then try to lie about it once you find out, or once the truth can't be hidden anymore, that he has a baby on the way. You need to drop him immediately. He knew. Okay, he knew. He just didn't want you to find out. So, like, I had a girlfriend dealing with that, and it was horrible. I'm like, ugh. And basically, let me tell you what he did. This is what he did. He basically got her emotionally invested, emotionally attached. This is why you don't attach your emotions onto men that haven't shown you that he is worthy to have your emotions. Because once a man has a hold of your emotions, he can control you in a way. Okay? He can control you in a way. That is just how our hormones work. He can control you in a way if he can get in there and get into your emotions. This is why you have to guard your emotions with your life. And if you need practice, stay on social media, deal with the trolls, but don't allow them to get under your skin. I get trolled every day. So you have to be careful of that. So that's what he did. He basically got this girl emotionally invested, emotionally attached, knowing that he had a baby on the way, probably prior to even meeting her. But now that he has gotten her emotionally invested and attached, they take their mask off. That's what they do. So be careful with that.
I have structured my Instagram to attract new women constantly, to make myself seem like a ladies' man, and it works. I started talking to girls and giving them like a proposition, like help make me popular. Take a picture with me, post it, that made it seem like we had more of a relationship than what we really did. You know, there's going to be like a little financial incentive. Of course, they didn't get anything. When I see my male friends go out with a girl and she's pretty, I'll have them send me the video, and it'll look like I'm taking that pretty girl out to eat, and I'll post that on my page as well. I would imagine they're thinking, wow, if he's sitting here and he's getting attention from these really beautiful girls, these women see something in me, and you need to come and find out what that is. I have some pictures with my kids on the Instagram, so if you're looking for somebody who takes care of his family, it looks like I do more for my kids than what I actually do, and that's what I want to portray. If you're looking for somebody that goes out and has fun and take you out and change your life, that could be me. They don't know until after the fact. On Instagram, I will not let my girl follow me. When I first got with her, we got into an argument about social media, and I told her, you need to add me right now on Instagram and Facebook. But that's before it got really good, before I started doing my stuff. She's like, I'm not going to be your friend. Now she wants to go back on that, but I said, no, you need to stand on what you said all those years.
Now, what have I told y'all about social media? First of all, let me tell you something. So the women that are on here that be like, ooh, I got a blue check mark. He just slid in my DMs. It don't mean nothing. Okay? It don't mean nothing. The blue check marks don't mean nothing. Let me just throw that out there. If you want some blue check marks, I'll hand them out for 99 cents. I don't even need a full dollar. Like, give me some change. I'll hand it to you for 99 cents. That's how I feel about blue check marks. Like, for real. No, like, seriously. Because some of these men be out here with blue check marks and they be living above their means. And when you live above your means, that means you're broke. That means the life that you portray yourself to have online is fake. You're broke. So blue check marks don't mean nothing. And this is why I don't like Instagram dating. I don't like app dating, because people can put on a good front. The only thing you should be looking at when you go to a man's Instagram account is his routine. And even then, you still have to question it. You have to question everything when it comes to a man's Instagram, because you just don't know. You don't. And then, listen, it goes both ways. These men be looking at y'all's Instagram accounts. They sure do. Things you repost, you watch, you like, all that type of stuff. So you have to be careful with that. Whenever men ask for my Instagram account, I give them a fake one. They're not getting a real Yoni. They getting my real name. My real nickname. I'll say that. They get that account. Or they'll get my family Facebook account, which I don't ever post on there really at all. I don't post on Facebook like that. So you got to be careful. I feel like women today get played easily because social media really allows you to, it exposes you in so many different ways. Somebody's son is always watching. And that's what I wanted to get into later on Stay tuned, because I'm going to be talking about this whole divestment movement. I'm going to be getting into that later. But let's just finish this up. Let's just finish this up, because this is a mess. I just want to know what happened, because he's not attractive. So what happened? I that's what I want to know. Like, I mean, who would date him? He doesn't look like a man crush Monday. So I'm confused.
Ago, and my page is private, so she can't see what's going on. I maybe only sleep with maybe 1 to 2 girls at a time, and then I maybe have maybe 10 to 15 girls that I talk to that might be able to get interchanged into that. When I do go to cheat, I like to take them places where I know that there's not going to be the other girls that I talk to. Movie theaters, because it's dark. If I can get away with getting Chick-fil-A and going to the beach, I will, because I know I'm not going to spend over $20, $30. Once sex get involved, I can manipulate a lot better. I think sex is more of like a tool for like getting to where you want. What could I get from it? Maybe it's a new job somewhere. I've had several girls buy me cars within the last few years, and I've explained it all to my
doing that.
Where I got this other car from. Depending on how low their self-esteem is, it will depend on how easy it is to get them to not pay attention to my shortcomings. And the bigger that they are, the better it is for.
Hold on. There's a lot to unpack with that one. Okay. Let me go back to the front here. Regardless of this is fake or not, this is real, and this happens to women every day. Okay? Happens to women every day. See, he is a cheater, and he cheats with women who have low self-esteem. So I always advise that if you are a woman and you're looking to put yourself out here on the dating scene, your confidence level, it needs to be top notch. Okay? If you have low self-esteem, you don't need to date. If you're desperate, you don't need to date. You're just going to get used up and taken advantage of. And men, they are really good. They're able to sniff out that desperation. And once they get a whiff of it, oh, girl, he about to put you through some stuff. A lot. Okay? He going to put you through high waters. He's basically about to just drag you through the mud, because he knows how desperate you are. He does. Then this is why having sex too fast, too soon, and you're the type of woman that gets emotionally attached, you get emotionally invested when you have sex. I'm not going to sit up here and say all women easily become attached with sex. This is why you need to know if you do or not. And if you do, I would refrain from having sex. I would not have sex. If you can go into it and not become attached, okay, girl, go ahead. But if you are the type to get emotionally attached with sex or through sex, I would not do it, because you're playing yourself when you do. So when people ask me if my legs are closed, yeah, they are. They're closed. And they're going to remain closed. So it's just, no, we're not doing that. Nope. Nope. Like I said, if you are not confident, you're desperate, and you're trying to look for a man, and you're basically, and this is why you have to be careful about what you put on Instagram or social media, which I'm going to get into. Later in this video, because it ties in with this. It's interesting how this video is going the way that it's going, and I already had this idea in my head when I was watching Cynthia G's live earlier today. So yeah, if you're desperate, men who are dusty, who want to cheat, who want to play games, the player, they love desperate women. They love you. They adore you, because they know they can get in there and do what they want to do with you and then dip. Okay, and this is why they work overtime. This is why men online are working overtime. To make you insecure, to make you lower your standards. They are working overtime, because then it gets them easy access, damn near free access, to where you have women online saying a coffee meetup is a date. A coffee meetup is okay. A $25 date is suffice. So listen, my standards are high because I'm trying to avoid a certain crowd. It's the same thing when you go, listen, there's a reason why certain people go to Walmart and then certain people go to Target. Okay? I still shop at Walmart, but it's like, I don't want to go in there. I don't want to deal with, those type of people because I hate to say it, Walmart is ghetto. Target is not ghetto. And I like the customer service in there. Hell, the workers in Walmart don't even want to be there. So yeah, it matters. It does. I'm trying to avoid a certain type of man. So, now is that always going to be guaranteed? Can you get shitty service at Target? Yeah, you can. There's always going to be exceptions, but the majority of the time, you're going to get exceptional service at Target versus Walmart. And the lines are not going to be super long. So there's always going to be an exception to the things that I say. But we're speaking on the majority. Shannon G, thank you for the $10. Thank you. Glad to have made this one. Always love your information. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I just, I love a good discount. Okay. Yoni is never going to be too good for a discount, a coupon, 10% off, 15% off. But when it comes to servicing, that's what I don't go cheap on because I like to get in, get out. I like to like my braids. I went to the braid shop, right? First of all, they took care of me. Okay, they left my edges out. They didn't braid too tight, which some people feel like they did, but they really didn't. It's just super neat. Like I can touch my head and I'm tender-headed. And I had two women working on my head at once. And I was out within 5 hours. I was happy. So I got a lot of hair too. So I'm really big on servicing. So it matters. You're trying to avoid a certain crowd. You're going to have to up your prices. That's even in business. If you're trying to avoid a certain type of man, you need to up your standards. Okay? Make these men refer to you as high maintenance. That's a good thing. It's never a bad thing. It's a good thing. Even though they try to use that reverse psychology on you and make it seem like, oh, you asking for too much. No, you're not. You're not. You asking too much for him. But there's another man out there that's ready to meet them standards. So don't lower them.
For cheating, at least, because they'll accept whatever they get. Lizzo kind of fucked up the game with that because she's really empowered the body positivity movement and made all these fat women just feel like they're like legit, like somebody special. So that's a growing problem that I ran into. It's confident fat women. I do enjoy fat women for cuddling, but my favorite is like if she's had like the gastric bypass because she'll have the self-esteem of a fat girl, but the body of a fit girl. So it's like the best of both worlds.
This is too much.
Conservative women, and then I'll have conservative opinions. And then when I'm with women that are like really on the far left, like I personally don't care about things either way, but I know how to tailor my opinions. I will just say whatever I have to say to appeal to anybody. Their music, their political ideologies. Sometimes you start to genuinely care about these people and you want to share your own opinions and your own worldviews. And I try not to do that because...
Now, let me say this. This is why I went to therapy, y'all. Did you hear what that man said? Now, y'all know I didn't have weight loss surgery. It's no secret. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, I had weight loss surgery back in 2014. I suffer from body dysmorphia. So I went to therapy. I've been in therapy for a full year dealing with it because he's right. That is a real thing. Okay, and this is another thing because I was mentoring a woman the other day, and she was confining in me the fact that she feels insecure about being a single mom. Do y'all ever wonder why single mothers are under attack so heavy? Like single moms are attacked heavy on this app and on social media in general. It's because they really want you to lower your standards. It's just to attack your self-esteem. It's just to make you desperate. That's all that it is. It's to make you desperate so that you will accept bare minimum. There are plenty of men out here with kids. That's a fact. So stop consuming that content, because it's molding your mind, it's molding your self-esteem, it's molding your self-confidence to lower, and you shouldn't be consuming that stuff. The same thing with plus size women. Stop consuming content that makes you feel like you need to be skinny. Because even with me losing 150 pounds, I'm not skinny. Okay, I'm about 2 Twinkies away from being fat again. So just stop consuming certain stuff. Stop doing it. Because you have men like Kevin Samuels online telling women who are my weight. Okay, I'm the size of a linebacker. I'm like the last time I weighed myself, I was like 212, 215. According to Kevin Samuels, I'm a linebacker. So I joke about it. I think it's funny. I'm the size of a linebacker. I ain't never had no issues with getting no man. So it's just stop consuming the content. Just stop consuming the content. Okay. I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10", but still, like, I think these linebackers are what, 5'10", 6 foot, 6'1", whatever. Like, I don't care. I make fun of it. I think it's funny. I'm like, look, listen, I'm gonna be a sexy linebacker. Okay, I'm gonna be one sexy linebacker. Linebacker don't bother me, because like I said, you don't allow these men into your emotions. You don't allow them into your emotions. You just don't. They have to prove to you that they deserve to be in that space. And when you meet a man, not every man deserves to be in that space emotionally with you, because then they have some type of control over you. That is just how we're wired as women. So be careful with that. Even when you don't want them to have control over you. Because, there's some moments when you be dealing with a guy and you be like, you lucky I like you, or you lucky I love, you know what I'm saying? It's because our emotions are associated with that particular guy, even though they get on our nerves. So it is what it is. Just be careful. Be wise. Everyone doesn't deserve access to your emotions like that. Not these men, at least.
That messes up the finesse. For instance, I was with the girl and I was agreeing with political opinion that she had, but it wasn't what I really felt, and it started to cause a rift between us. But I was able to recognize what I was doing and then go back to having the same opinions and thoughts as she had, and it was able to put us back on the right track. I do lose sight of what I'm doing sometimes, because sometimes there's some really bad people.
I just want to say this too. He spoke on political views. He spoke on political views. And what did he say? He said, I change my political views according to the type of woman I'm dating. I'm able to adapt. This is why I always tell you guys, when you go on dates, don't talk about politics. First of all, you may be dealing with a player, one, or two, it's just not a conversation you want to really get into. You want to, when you go on dates, it's like being a kid again. You want to connect with a person in your childlike energy and just have a good time. Don't get all serious, and don't do those quiz testing dates where you sit down, they ask you a question, you answer, then you ask them a question, they answer. Like, that's a boring date. Don't do that. Okay, you should be laughing, joking around, being playful, being joyous, being happy, just having a really, really good time. It should not be political. It should not be a quiz or a test. And it just, don't touch on politics, because like I said, if they catch wind on how to win you, they'll just adapt. They'll adapt and pretend and fake it. So you have to be careful with that. Yeah, I stay away from race, politics, and religion. I do not talk about that stuff. That's why I give out a fake Instagram. This is why I give out my Facebook account, and I don't post anything pertaining to my YouTube channel or my Instagram because it's just not wise for me to do that. So be careful. These men study your social media. They're trying to get information on you. So in some cases, if he is a player, so they can play you. And you got to be careful with that. So let's continue. I stay away from politics, though. Those conversations get heated. People get emotional. And emotion is not always, crying and stuff. Some people get angry, upset, aggressive. So it's just not a conversation. Politics is not a topic that I ever bring up, ever. I don't talk about politics. And if they ask, I'm like, I really don't have an opinion on that. That's if they ask.
Stealing stuff out of the self-checkout lines. They're not taking good care of their children. They're just really bad people. And I have to just sit up and ignore these things because I've realized, like, I'm here for a reason. I'm here to do something for myself. You know, this is for me.
Y'all, that's a mess. Hold on, you guys. I got to respond to this email real quick. I'm supposed to be leaving for Mexico tomorrow. Okay. Did I respond to everybody? Okay. So when it comes to this entire situation, honestly, he spoke the truth, you guys. And listen, y'all can say y'all get tired of these videos and stuff like that, but you should be learning. These type of men are teaching you how some of these men, a lot of these men are. So take in the information. You should be having your notebook out, okay? A pen and pad. This is like a pen and pad, okay? A pen and pad. If you don't get nothing, if you don't get anything from this video that man just made, if you don't get anything from this video that this man just made, it should be never to enter the dating scene desperate. Never enter the dating scene with low confidence, low self-esteem. Always carry yourself like you're unattainable. Like, always carry yourself like you're out of reach. Always carry yourself like you have a little mystery to yourself. Never carry yourself like everyone has access to you. What's going on? Never carry yourself like everyone has access to you. Never carry yourself like you're desperate. And be confident. Be confident. Be confident. Take notes, though. This is what I wanted. I've been waiting on this day. I've been telling y'all this for years. I'm like, I can't wait. I can't wait for these men to get on this platform and really start speaking how they truly feel. Because once they do, they done gave us the blueprint. Thanks. So it does not bother me at all. Now, I wanted to move on to this divestment conversation. Okay, let me pull up the video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now, this was earlier today. Cynthia G had a live and she was telling people to call in. Now, I haven't finished this full video. I'll probably finish it later because, I love hearing you guys speak. I'm trying to get it to where I can have call-ins because I love hearing other people's perspectives, ideologies, opinions, and things like that because it gets my brain working. So let me see if I can find it. It gets me thinking differently.
I don't think there's no other participants. There's not. So anyway, hold on. Okay, 702, you're on the line.
Okay. Now, I'm going to play this clip and then we're going to talk about it. Okay? Cynthia G's lives be lit. They really do. And I know a lot of people, there's a lot of women don't like her content. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why, but there's a lot of women that do, but then there's a lot of women that don't. Because I was tagged on Instagram and people were going in on her and I'm like, I don't know why, but okay. Let's do this. Hold on. Hope you guys can see the screen, right? Okay. Oh no. Basically, okay, just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, people were just calling in to give their opinion on whatever. So just a little FYI. But this particular caller decided to call in and give her opinion on how she feels about Black women and their approach when it comes to divesting. So let's see what she has to say.
Hi, Shin. I just wanted to call in and say, yeah, I do have smoke, but not specifically for you. I mostly have smoke for your fans.
Why?
And a lot of very binary thinkers come and get on your message, and they just embarrass everybody. I just wanted to come on here and say really quickly that if you watch Cynthia G's channel and the only message you get is it's time to hate on all Black women, you need to go back and watch the older videos again. Because divesting has never been about hating on Black men. It's about not being so male identified and focusing on leveling up yourself instead of trying to level up by looking for validation from Black men. So before we even start the conversation, y'all really look stupid when you're out here talking about Black men the same way Black men talk about you.
No, they're really not. They're really not. And I don't even know why you would say that, because the bottom line is, if a group of men are demeaning, disparaging you, telling you that you're unworthy, saying that you're less than the womb of his so-called oppressor, you have a right. You have a right to respond. So I don't believe in turning the other cheek. I really don't. I believe that what's done to you should be done back to the person. Because at the end of the day, Black women have a right to respond. And we have valid grievances.
Okay, now let me stop her right there. Okay, I am not a fan of stooping down to their level. I'm not a fan of that. But I am a fan of you defending yourself. Okay, you shouldn't allow people to walk all over you. You should set boundaries with them. And if you feel like someone is disrespecting you, I feel like at that point you have every right to respond, because you responding is basically you defend, like you're defending yourself. My only issue though is I do feel like there are a lot of Black women out here that feel like they need to get even. And when we speak on the divestment movement, you have Black women putting it in their bio. You have Black women creating merch. You have Black women screaming it from the mountaintops. And I feel like it's not smart, because basically you are allowing these white men, or just non-Black men in general, you're allowing them to see the playbook that you have. And you should never do that. Okay? Because it puts you in a very desperate place. We should have never made it known publicly that we were no longer being a part of this whole race loyalty with Black men, because it puts us in a very vulnerable position as women. Just like how white women are. Let me give you an example. Okay. This is why when it comes to dating, you never show anyone your playbook. Okay. It's like playing spades. Let me use the spades. Okay. When you play spades, if you show people your hand, they can bullshit you. If they know what you're about to play, they can bullshit you and win the game. Right? So if we're playing spades, when we speak on divesting, I wouldn't put it in my bio. I wouldn't put it all over my Twitter, all over my Instagram, all over my Facebook, because when non-Black men see that, they're like, oh, she doesn't date her own kind. I probably can easily get in and not put in much effort. it's the same thing that white women are doing when they date black men. So an example would be, lately we've been seeing TikTok videos of white women going viral about why they choose to date black men. And their reason is because basically they're bigger, some of them are out of shape, and so they are more likable among black men. Dumb. They're just as dumb to me, because I'm just like, why are you going on TikTok basically telling black men why you like them, but in reality it's because the men in your community don't want you. And so now they know, black men know how desperate you are. And so now they're like, well, shoot, your own men don't want you. Your own men don't want you, so I don't have to put in that much work to get you. We are doing the same thing. This is why I feel like it's stupid. I'm like, what are we doing? I thought we were playing chess here. Well, in this case, we're playing spades. Never show your hand. And I'm seeing, like, this is why I have separated myself from every movement. I'm not a part of any movement. Because every time you join a movement, every time you join a community online, it always leads you to a place where it's a money grab. Everyone's money hungry. It's about money, 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 money. But in reality, who's really winning? Black Lives Matter, that movement ain't winning. It's not. I could even get into the politics here, but I'm not. I'm going to stay away from that. Pro-Black, the community is still the hood. It's been the hood for years. It's still the ghetto. It's been the ghetto for years. So I'm not pro-Black either. So when we speak on this, I just feel like Black women collectively, when it comes to the whole divestment movement, we're not moving smart. Okay. We're moving emotionally. Okay. We're hurt. I get it. I've been done wrong too. I've been done dirty, but I refuse to come on here and announce what I'm doing. I refuse to do it. I'm going to keep them guessing. And the reason is because that's how I move. I move in silence. There's a mystery to me. You gotta date me to really figure out what you're getting into. I'm not going to put it all over social media. I'm not going to plaster it all over any platform that I give men that I date access to. I'm not posting it on there. They study you. So if you are divesting and you're putting it in your bio and you're trying to attract non-Black men and they see that, and we have created a movement online geared towards Black women divesting from their own men, what message do you think that's going to send to non-Black men? The same message that it is sending to when it pertains to white women and Black men. The same message. We're smarter than that. We're not, and this is why I feel like it's to get even. It's revenge. It's to get back. But when you do that, you play yourself. When you do that, you play yourself. That's why I feel like, yes, it's pretty much desperate, because you are leaving a group of men, okay, and you're making it known that you're leaving a group of men in hopes to find better in another group of men, and you're making it known. Just move in silence. Nobody has to know. But a lot of women don't want to move in silence. They want Black men to know. And in some cases, I feel like it's because they hope that if they make it known, it will make them want them or something like that. And that's where the desperation comes in. This is why I don't do it. I'm for dating out, leaving your options open, doing what you want to do. But at the same time, move in silence. Stop broadcasting it. There shouldn't even be no public movement online. There should be no hashtag. We should just be moving accordingly, silently. Because if you let these men know, one thing that I've learned about men, and this includes all men, they have this thing called male logic. And one thing that they all share, Like, I had women getting upset with me saying, oh, not all misogyny is bad. And it was because a lot, like, one thing about the world that we live in, all men have a little misogyny. And if you don't think they do, we wouldn't live in a patriarchy society. Like, there are men out here that feel like women have their, like, majority of men feel like women have their place. Like let's actually keep it real and not be emotional and political here for us. Like, let's just keep it real. It's not politically to say that, but it's the truth though. It is the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. And one thing all men have in common is male logic. And if they feel like they don't have to earn you, they won't. They won't. So I wanted to play this video. I'm not really big on getting back and getting even, because I feel like if I do, I have to literally step off my throne to get even with someone, because they're not on my level. Okay? These men are not on my level. They're not on my level. So for me to get even with them, I have to get off my throne. I have to get up. Okay? Walk down, I don't know how many flights of stairs just to get to them, just to get my revenge. And I'm not doing that. I'm not. I refuse to do that. So I don't believe in getting even. I believe in moving on, doing better, and being happy. That's revenge in itself. That's something that I learned in therapy after dealing with a narcissist. Like, the best revenge is moving on and really, truly being happy. You don't got to announce it. They gonna see it. They will see it. You don't have to announce it though. And when you do announce it, please understand you're playing yourself. So take divestment out of your bio. Start, if you're going to do something, start a small group, maybe offline, or create a group that's not so public. You know, like, move silently. Don't be so loud, because people see you coming. And when people see you coming, you know what they do? They plan. And that's how you play yourself. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm going to play the rest of this. Shannon, thank you for the $5. It's the ones that are showcasing the divestment relationships are trying to put out how desirable Black women are. I kind of agree with the mindset, kind of. You can listen. Black women are desirable with man and without man. So if Black women want to be seen as desirable, show your best self when you get online. Don't wear the bonnets outside. But when I say don't wear the bonnets outside, I'm a bitch. Oh, she thinks she better. She high and mighty. She thinks you all of that. If you want people to see your good self, your good side, leave the bonnet at home. Leave the PJs at home. Leave the slippers at home. Leave it all at home. Black women are desirable with man and without man. With man and without man. We don't need a man to make us seem like we're desirable. We're desirable standing alone on our own. Okay? That's what queens do. That is what queens do. We don't need a man to make us look good. It's just like, let's calm it down a little bit, because now, and the reason why I'm saying this, you guys, is because I told you that our power as Black women is that we influence. And so if this divestment movement goes mainstream, I don't feel like it's going to be a good thing. If it goes mainstream in a trendy way, I don't feel like it's going to be a good thing. I feel like it's going to backfire on us, just like every other movement has. What movement, just to give you something to think about, what movement hasn't backfired? Name one movement that has not backfired on us. Just one. Just one. Name one movement that has not backfired on us. Thank you so much for the $4.99. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name, but thank you so much. I'm a 19-year-old Black girl, African, and my boyfriend is white. I completely agree with you. Moving in silence. I just went where I was appreciated quietly. Yes. Living your best life. I'm happy for you, sis. Congratulations. Congrats. But we gotta start thinking, you guys, because like I said, we're following in the footsteps of white women who are not wanted by their community, and Black men know that, and so they take advantage of those women. Look, if you look at those women, right, most likely they got a Dusty that is not working. They got a Dusty that is that is not paying, that's not helping, that's not really trying to contribute in any way. Those are the type of men that I feel like we're going to eventually attract in non-black men if we make it known. And we just need to be quiet about it. I'm not saying, I'm all about divesting in every aspect of your life. Old ways of thinking, old ways of eating, old ways of working out, old ways of doing your hair. Just divest, like, in every aspect of, just divest your whole life, but don't announce it. Just don't announce it. That's it. But let's finish up this caller and see what she had to say. I just wanted to react to this one because I felt like she made a really good point and she got me thinking. I'm like, she's right. She's right.
About what Black men have been doing, and I don't think that it's fair to come on here and tell somebody, oh, well, if you respond to all the degradation that Black men have been dishing out, then you're just as bad as him. No, you're not. You deserve, I don't think Black women should seek validation for Black men, but I think you absolutely have a right to respond. You have a right to respond.
Well, I won't argue with the right to respond, but the idea of leaving your only Black male identifying rule, only wanting to date Black men, and then turning around and just worshiping white men is just not the point.
But why are they worshiping white men? Because they see an option and they see the difference in the socialization. Why is that equating to worshiping white men to you?
Okay. Now, the reason why I feel like it is slightly worshiping is because we're making it verbally known everywhere. And we have got to stop doing that. Okay? We did that with Black men. We did that with Black men. We literally did that. We would be like, oh, I want me a Black man. We would say stuff like that. Now we're turning around and saying, oh, I want me a white man. Did we not learn anything from doing that to a group of men over here? Like I said, at the end of the day, culturally, Black men and non-Black men are different, but they have one thing in common. The male logic is still there. It is still there. So what she's saying is, let's not repeat what we did with them to a whole new group of men and then just repeat the cycle. This is why I'm big on healing. This is why I am so big on healing, so you can truly move on and have a fresh start. But if you don't heal and move on and have a fresh start, you're just going to repeat the same thing that you were doing previously. And if we don't learn from our mistakes, we're just going to keep repeating them. It's a pattern. It's a cycle. It's like being a hamster on a hamster wheel. You're just going to keep doing it over and over and over again. So what I would like to see is Black women worshiping themselves, putting themselves on a pedestal, loving on themselves. You should have this mentality that you don't worship any man. No man should get your worship. None. No man should get your worship. None. You shouldn't go from, okay, I was worshiping Black men, now I'm worshiping white men. Like, no. And worship comes from being loud about what you're attracted to. Okay? Because that's how, like, I'm a Black man. Like, where do you think that comes from? These Black men be like, I'm a Black man. What if a white man came up to you and said, well, I'm a white boy. It's a white boy summer. You got Black women walking around making hashtags. It's a white boy summer. Like, you're doing the same thing. That's why you have to heal. So you're not repeating the same thing. So you're not repeating the same mistakes. So I agree with this caller. I understand exactly where she's coming from. She's not saying black women can't defend themselves against black men. She's not saying that black women shouldn't date out. She's not saying that. She's not saying that black women don't have the right to be upset, angry. In some cases, you even have the right to want to seek revenge. You do. But you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Is it really in your best interest to do that? Are you really going to win when you do that? It's just something to think about. Because at the end of the day, all I can do is put my message out here. You have free will. You have free will. You have free will to do what you want to do. I'm not your mother, but I just wanted to give you guys a different view, like a different, I want you guys to see it differently. Like, let's really look at the bigger picture here. Like, let's really look at the bigger picture here. I don't want us to repeat the same mistakes that we made with one group of men and then turn around and do the same thing to a new group of men. Like, this is our opportunity to truly have a fair shot at happiness, fairness, real love. And I just don't want us to repeat the same mistakes. Paris, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. It's just something to think about. But if I was you, and y'all heard that man, okay? He's a cheater, right? Y'all heard him earlier in this video where he was talking about how he adapts, okay? He adapts. Hold on, I'm trying to find. So my worst fear is getting used. Okay, I cannot get this off. Okay, well, the $2 is gonna have to stay. Okay, hit the like button, you guys. Yes, worship yourself, sis. That's what I want to see more of. Hashtag Black Girl Magic. Okay, not no white boy summer. Yes, keep your social media bare. Keep it bare, you guys. Keep it bare. Okay, make these men work to get to know you. If you post everything on social media, they get to know all about you without even talking to you face to face. So they want to get to know you. They need to call you, not text, call you, FaceTime you, take you out. They don't need to log in to Snapchat, Instagram. And if you need to make a second account, go ahead and do that. Girl, I got me a second one. Okay, listen, we play chess and spades over here. We don't play Uno and we don't play checkers. Make that second account. Yeah, and then also keep it private so then they really think it's like, a family-oriented style Instagram. Yes. Okay, let's go back.
It's not. But not everybody is just seeing that they have another option. Some people are very binary and they go from one extreme to another, and it doesn't serve us to go from one extreme to another. That's pretty much all I have to say.
Well, I agree with you with the binary thinking. I don't think that because a black woman, has an issue with a black man, she should automatically think that because a man is white, that he's going to be better. But I do think that at the end of the day, different groups of men are socialized differently. So if she feels like she wants to divest herself and she's saying, okay, well, there's these issues in the black community where you have black men not valuing marriage, black men not wanting to step up, black men not wanting to be providers and protectors, then why can't she explore her options, especially considering black men have been, like, even when Godfrey sat up there with his dusky tirade, he told you, and it was correct, that black men have been abandoning black women. Black men have been disparaging black women. He himself have been diving right into cave cooch. So why can't black women acknowledge all of these issues in black men? Like, I don't understand that.
I'm not saying that they can't.
Right.
I'm saying that there's levels, and there's too many people who
Levels.
feel like it's one or the other. And I feel like if you're sitting there going from one extreme to the other, you're only going to end up in the same situation you are with black men, but with a man of a different color.
But everybody's not doing that, though.
I'm here to talk about younger girls who don't necessarily have the most robust thought process when it comes to situations like this. If you go to the other extreme, it's not going to serve you. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say. If you want to complain about black men, complain about black men, because that is completely valid. I'm never going to say a black woman can't say whatever she wants. I'm going to say you're not going to make yourself feel better by thinking you're getting even with black men, because a lot of them want to cause problems. They want to feel upset. They want you to be nasty. Go on and rest in your femininity. If you need to vent, go vent. But don't think that white men are about to change your life. You're about to change your life. That's all I wanted y'all to think about. Like, just don't go from one extreme to another, because some people are.
I just want, okay, so the caller said, this is another thing. The caller said, you change your life. Oh, gosh. You change your life. You change your life, sis. A man don't change it. You change your life. You get to change your life. You have the power to change your life. You. And I understand you're hurt. This is why I'm trying to get you guys in therapy. And I know not everyone can afford it. Maybe just go once a year. You know, before I could truly afford therapy on a routinely basis, I would go once a year, and I would go every New Year. And I would journal throughout the year. So then when I went to therapy my once a year, I had something to talk about. I had jot down notes that I wanted to talk about, something that I went through, and I wanted to talk about it. Now, I know the caller is putting black women in a box, but I think she's just going off of this divestment movement. It shouldn't even be a movement, if I'm being completely honest. It should just be something that we collectively do silently. It's not something that needs to be announced. So I understand that she is kind of generalizing, but that's what we see online. Like every time there's like some drama going on and it's a black man and a black woman arguing online, it's both sides. It doesn't even matter if you're male or female are talking about how, well, you should just date white, or you should just get you a white girl, or you should just get you a white man. Like, it's just like, it's childish and it's petty and it doesn't really serve you. So I get what she's saying, but if you feel like somebody is attacking you, defend yourself. You have every right to defend yourself. But to get into these petty little arguments with them online and then throwing it up in their face that you're divesting, it doesn't really serve you for real. It doesn't. And if you want to make it known that you want to date out, the number one thing that I recommend, if you want to make yourself known, if you want to make yourself available to men outside of the black race, you know what you should do? You should have a diverse group of friends. Your social group should be made of Asian people, white people, foreigners, Mexicans. Black people that are not, that are Negroes, not the niggas, but the Negroes, you can get some of them, get some Negroes up in there. Your social group, your friend group should be diverse, but divestment in your bio, it just screams desperate for a non-black man. And I'll take whatever I can get, basically. So if you want to make it known that you're open to dating outside of the race, create a social group, again, that's made up of Asians, whites, foreigners, multiracial, Negroes. And the reason is because if you create a diverse group of friends, or like a diverse social group setting, they're going to introduce you to just about any and every race, ethnicity that's out here. Because I know some black women are not comfortable with dating white. Okay, you don't have to date white. You can still date a foreigner of some kind, of some sort. Non-black man doesn't automatically mean white. But are you putting yourself in a social group that allows you to be in that setting where you can be introduced to men that are non-black? Oh, what? You can, everybody ain't your friend. I need to use that term wisely. Associates. Have a diverse group of associates. Asians, white people, Mexican, foreigners, multiracial, multicultural, whatever. Just come on. We got this. Like, come on. But I feel like we're not moving that smart when it comes to putting divestment in our bio, starting a movement, starting a hashtag, and creating merch. Like, it's the same thing as putting "I love black men and only date black men." You remember that merch going around and trending back in like 2013, around that era? People were selling those t-shirts. Let's not repeat the same mistakes, ladies. Let's not do it. Let's not do it. Let's not do that. Okay, let's finish up this call. This was a really good live, and you guys need to go subscribe to Cynthia G, okay? You're not going to like what she has to say. You're not. But a lot of it's the truth. A lot of it. I would say 99% of it is true. Whether you want to, yes, they have divestment merch, y'all. Yes. That's why we have to be careful with this. Oh yeah, Black Love merch. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Gotta be careful with that. Because it basically says, I got you. You're not going nowhere. I don't have to do that much. You're already invested, and I haven't done anything for you. That's what it's saying. So be careful with that. Because like I said, all men have one thing in common, and that's that male logic. It's psychology.
Okay, hold on. I gotta mute.
Unmute them.
I have to mute people as they come in, so the line isn't cluttered up. No, I hear what you're saying. I do thank you for your opinion. I'm gonna let you go because she already got off. But the bottom line of it is I think Black women need to do what they feel is best for themselves to do. And I just don't know why you have Black women who think that they need to come in here in various different ways and be the protectors of Black men. It really just doesn't make any sense to me. Black men are not being the protectors of Black women. So bottom line is nobody should be sitting up here sheltering their feelings. It's just that simple. 510, I think you're the next one that called in. You're on the line.
Okay, so that's the end of the live. That is the end of the live. Let me stop sharing. But yeah, I just wanted to give my opinion on that. I don't feel like she was protecting Black men. I honestly felt like she was protecting Black women. I felt like she was protecting Black women, warning them that A, don't exchange one extreme for the next. B, don't make the same mistake that you made with Black men with non-Black men. And C, put yourself first. Worship yourself. Do for yourself. Okay? And I would say D, okay, if Black men do attack you, defend yourself. In that order. Okay? That's what I got from that. I don't feel like she was trying to protect Black men. I don't feel like she was trying to defend them. I really felt like she was looking out for us. And I wanted to elaborate more on her point of view and her opinion because it was a really good one. It really was. Don't exchange one extreme for the next. Put yourself first. If you're not out here worshiping Black men, you shouldn't be out here worshiping any men. Okay? You should be worshiping yourself. Okay? You should be drowning yourself in self-love. You should be increasing your self-confidence, doing things that help you increase your self-confidence, doing things that help you increase your self-love that you have for yourself. Okay? And attract men on that level. I think it's beautiful. So that's all that I have regarding this live. I may be back on here tomorrow before I leave for my vacation, because there is a video that I want to do regarding pick-me's. There was a supporter that tagged me in a post, and I'm like, ooh, that's a good video topic. So I may come back on here tomorrow before I leave for my trip and talk about pick-me's and how it's becoming a trend and how people now are using the term so loosely and how they're using it to bully other women. So I'm going to be giving my opinion on it. But like I said, if you're wanting to divest and you're wanting to make it known, work on building a better social group. Okay, work on building a better social group. Work on building a group of associates that are diverse and that really reflect your divestment. But take it out your bio. Okay. Before you guys leave, please give this video a thumbs up. Share it. Okay, because I feel like more Black women need to get on board with this. We don't need to turn divesting into a movement. Okay, people don't need to see us coming. People don't need to see us have this plan to date out. They don't need to see us. They just need to feel us. Okay, they need to feel us. They don't need to see us though. Okay, so you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully with the pick me. But don't forget, please thumbs up the video and share it with your girlfriends. Bye guys.